guys, welcome to Animeinkart Live Talks. I'm your host Lizzie. Let's get it started. Just have to make sure I wasn't ashy first of all when I came on screen. So, hello, everybody's joining in for Animeinkart Live Talks. I'm your host Lizzie, and welcome to our show where we talk with different creators in the community about their journey in content creation and how we can support each other better in the community. So today we have our special guest, Hot as Mess. So they're a cosplayer. They're also a partner with glotaku Party and Wash Shop. They're a flow artist, so it'll definitely be a great time. So let's get them on the show and let's get it started. So hopefully Instagram's been doing okay so far. So let's hope it keeps it going, and I hope everybody's had a good weekend so far. But I hope you guys are having a great night regardless so far. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's just Sunday. Sunday fun day. Just chill.
Of course, of course. How was your event on Friday? I meant to ask you that.
It was lit. We had a really nice time. The DJs were amazing. And the cosplays were amazing as well too. So it was just really cool, real chill, laid back. All the performers were awesome. It's just a great time.
It's awesome. And again, I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, no problem. I'm excited. I've been just watching some of your like content. You recently did an interview with one of my friends, Celeste, and
Oh, nice.
yes, yes. Yeah,
So,
so
yeah, awesome. I definitely appreciate you watching. I really do appreciate that.
no problem.
And to let the people know, introduce yourself and what you do for those that may not know.
I'm Hot Mess. Hi, everybody. Um, I do cosplay. I dabble in like flow art. And just here to have a good time, spread the joy. I make candy too as well, so that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. And then when you first started doing content creation, what was the first thing you started off with and what inspired you to do it?
um, the first thing was just trying to get into cosplaying. Just figure out like who should I do, how should I do it, how do I like incorporate like me into that character. So that was like the first thing, just learning how I would work around getting into it. That makes me comfortable. So that was definitely
That's awesome.
one.
And I wanted to ask how was it growing up for you as a blurred, loving the things you love? And how do you feel now that you get to be part of that space where you get to cosplay?
Um, okay, so growing up, it was weird, based on like religion purposes. Like, just couldn't watch like anything with like magic, anything with like
Mm.
creatures. So like there was not like a lot of Sailor Moon in the house, no Yu-Gi-Oh or anything like that. So it was just hard trying to like watch that stuff without trying to get in trouble by my parents. And so like once I got older, I started like exploring more into it and just seeking it all in, all the culture. I was definitely like I would call myself a elderly emo, I guess. So I used to like hang out with all like the weird kids at lunch, play hacky sack, Naruto run through the lunchroom, and it's just getting judged by like just our people, and it was just very weird. Like, oh, you're not into like baby fat rockaware. Like, no, I want to wear Converses. I want to wear trip clothes. I want to wear a Gur shirt. You know, but it was really hard. But like I said, when I got older, I was like getting into it and just trying to figure out what made me feel comfortable. And then just finding friends with that same like mindset that was really open to it. And especially like blurs, like how, back in the day it was just really hard just trying to find friends that same color as you, same interests and everything. So it was just pretty hard rocky, but I'm finally there. Where I'm more comfortable and more confident in like what I like to do and who I am as a person.
That's awesome. And One thing I like about your style of cosplay is that you give like your alternative style and you make it your own when it comes to your cosplay. And I wanted to ask how what was like the growing pains you had to try to like fit your style of your cosplay, and what's your favorite cosplay that you've done?
Just trying to figure out like, okay, so I love so much of it, and so it's just trying to figure out like, okay, the character, if I had to pit them in a whole punk rock like outfit, I would have to figure out how to do that based in that fashion genre or something more like cutesy in that area. And then like my favorite cosplay of all time is maybe my Ryuk cosplay from Death Note because I was
Oh,
just like, dude, he's like completely he's so completely opposite what I would normally do, but it was just like a real challenge. I'm like, okay, gotta do the red contacts, gotta do the crazy hair, the feathers, you gotta go big with it. And so I was just like, okay, I can do this. I can do this.
that's awesome. That's awesome, and I really love that you say that was your favorite cosplay because that was one of the like first anime that I watched. After like two anime, but I really like the series, so I'm glad you like that cosplay.
He's so funny too, like in a weird way. So it's just like I would love to. I definitely love him because I'm a little like not crazy, but like funny like that in this in a sense, like his humor and stuff. So I definitely like I don't know, like related to him in that sense. But his whole character was designed and everything was super cool.
That's awesome. And for your cosplays, do you make any of your cosplays? Do you buy your cosplays? And are there any forms of cosplay that you want to delve into? Because I know for some people they want to do like 3D printing one day. They want to do like face paint one day. So what is it for you that you would want to try and that you've done so far?
I really want to get into like LD light creation, like with the wigs. Like I've seen so many wigs with the LD lights in it. That is like mind blowing. Like the props, they just have all that type of stuff in it, and so I just want to explore more into that. Um, and just I don't know, bigger projects like dealing with foam. This is like I want to say a couple months dealing with foam. My best friend Lilia, she like literally taught me how to deal with the foam, and I was so nervous because she's so good at it. I was just like, I don't know, I'm so used to hot gluing stuff together, and like making some of my stuff here and there. Sometimes I will buy like certain things offline just to get the base. But I really would love to do the LD lights and also sewing. Like that is like one of my bigger leaps that I really want to get into.
That's awesome. I think you'll do well in that, honestly.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And one thing I like to ask cosplayers is like, it's one thing to start to get into cosplaying, but it's another thing to share it. So what was your push to share it? Because it takes, I know it takes like that push to like share it because it can be scary at times.
Yes, it's super scary because you get into your head a lot and you become your own critic, and so that sometimes helps like discourage you from like doing stuff like that. But I feel like if you have the right people in your corner that believe in you to like tell you like you could do it, you know, just you just got to do it. You just got to do it, you know, just stop talking about it, just do it. So I think that's what it was, just finding like my comfortability and just having those people in my corner just to let me know, you know, don't give up. You just keep going, just keep trying.
That's awesome. And the one thing that I was really interested in was the fact that you decided to do flow art. And for those that may not know about it, if you want to explain a little bit about it, and what was your first introduction to it that made you want to try it yourself?
So flow art is like just think of LED lights and just it goes with like the EDM, like the rave scene. So you have like your flow whips, you have like your poyo, like the balls that glow up. You have your fans. It's so many options that go within that. So like my first introduction, it was my first time going to glotaku. It was like my 28th birthday. I went in Sonic and they were in Columbus, so I went for my birthday, had like my whole fam, my husband, everybody go with me. So we're checking out and one of the DJs, she was a female, and she just brought her whip and was just going crazy with it, and I was just like, I've never seen nothing like this. Like, what is this? What is this? So ever since then, that stuck with me. And then the second time I've seen like the flow whips,
Yeah.
It was one of my friend Liz. She cosplayed as Princess Zelda, and she just busted out the whip, and I'm just like, she has one too. What is this? Oh my god! And so it just had my brain going. So then I was just like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna do it. And since then, I've just been, I fell in love with it. Just like, oh my gosh. And it's opened up so many like gates of me like researching, like just seeing the whole, there's a huge community for it. So I just love it completely. Just in love with it. And it inspires some of my cosplays. Like, okay, if you're thinking about like, okay, like Mitsuri from Demon Slayer, she has that whip
Yeah.
sword. And so like that was one of my inspirations. Like, okay, I can turn
Mm.
her outfits into like a rave slash cosplay. So that definitely was like a brilliant. So I just love it so much.
And how do you go about like practicing like the different techniques that are involved in the floors? And what is your specific like because I know there's like different props and tools. Like what are your favorite ones that you like to use, especially like when you're performing?
So with the okay, so with practicing, it was hard just transitioning because they had like with the whip specifically. So I went from like the Amazon store, bought one, you know,
Yeah.
just to jack it up, just to mess it up, just to get my practice in. Just like, okay, I'm gonna break a couple fibers, and then just transporting to like just spending more time trying to like, the more that you spend time with, the more expensive it gets. So like I was like, okay, I'm dedicated. So like some of them you could control with your phone, the heaviness of it and everything, how many fibers you can get in. So like with that, so practicing into that and getting like used to that, like the heavier from the light. So and then just coming home from work and just say, okay, I gotta let out some steam. I'm just gonna play with my whip. So that was like with the practicing and everything. And then with the certain ones, um, I definitely love my whip, but the only cons is when I'm performing with it, like
Yeah.
people drinking, and we're all drinking and whatnot, and someone could spill their drink on the floor, and that
Yeah.
whip picks up that fluid off the ground, so it makes it
Wow.
like real sticky are hard. And then, of course, with the cosplaying wigs, it gets in the wigs and stuff like that. So once I come home, it just looks so gross and so nasty. So I love that, but I eventually want to move towards like the fans because they seem a lot lightweight and easier to carry. And they're so pretty. Like you could do so many settings with it. And it's just so more, I would say more elegant. I would say more, you can flow with it, I guess. But you could do so
That's
many tricks
awesome.
with it.
That's awesome. And how has learning that skill helped you in some way? Like probably just like give you more discipline or just the reactions that you get from people. What has been the greatest part of learning this art?
It just gives me more of an outlet to express myself and then just seeing what I'm capable of. And then, like you said, the discipline, like you have to be on it. Like you just can't, you just pick it up, but like just be consistent with it. And so that's what it's disciplined me with. And then it's just learning your space with it because that whip is pretty long. I would say like it's like 5 feet. So just learning like how to control. So that's one thing as well. I would say that I've learned picking this up, and then just being able to express myself through cosplay, through the flow whip, and just
That's
bringing those characters more to life. Like imagine doing Katara and turning it blue and just water bending. Like it just makes it even like more exciting and more comes to life. So
That's awesome. And I want to say, because I know now you combine that with cosplay. Like, once you knew that you were going to start doing the flow arts, was that just like an automatic, like you're going to combine it? Or was it like over time you were like, okay, this makes sense?
I would say a little bit, a little is just trying to figure out, okay, the clothes set, like, okay, I would love to wear like a full cosplay with it, but it's just like the mobility. So it's just learning like not to do too much to the costume, but just kind of hold back so I'll be able to make that like move a lot, just for it to flow a lot better. So that's one thing. And then just trying to figure out like what characters synchronize with that. Like
Yeah.
with Sai from Naruto Shippuden, he fights with a paint brush, and so like that like just coming completing those together, just figuring out how they like mesh together.
That makes sense. And is there, so I know like when you decide like, oh, I'm gonna do a cosplay, do you research the character beforehand? Especially like if you're gonna add like the whip to it. Do you research the character beforehand to see like, oh, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do to match the character? Or do you kind of just like go with the flow? Like, what's the process like when you're trying to bring it to look?
So I definitely researched the character, and I definitely okay. So this is crazy. So like I use like I use like picture grid to like set it up because like
Yeah.
how my brain works. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking it, but I need to like put it together so it
Mm.
comes to life for me. So like I'll like screenshot, take so many pictures, and like just rearrange what works. Like okay, this looks cute, and but then I'm like, okay, but how am I supposed to whip with this? How am I supposed to like incorporate this? Because like it gets caught on certain things, so like dangly things or a no go for it.
Mhm.
And then like just finding accessories to like make it more like come to life and just more comfortable for me to use like because it gets hot in there so I don't want to wear too much stuff on top of myself so I won't get too exhausted or like dehydrated and everything like that. So it's a process. So like so many pictures, just moving stuff around and just trying things on. Like, what can I do to make this cheap but look nice at the same time?
And I would say, are there any like either I guess the technique with the whip or just a situation that's like the hardest for you, and what's the situation that's like the easiest for you when it comes to manipulating it?
Definitely. I wear arm sleeves too as well. So it helps like it wrap around my arms, like
Mm.
glide a lot better. And then just more silky stuff, more stretchy stuff, like just so it like not spandex, like you can do spandex with it, but like it's just a little hard because then it'll get stuck to you and stuff. And then not stretching. That's the one thing you have to. I have to stretch every time beforehand because it just requires your whole body and just to
Mm.
be easy with it. Hi guys.
That definitely makes sense because when I was searching it up, they said it's like a lot of different like dance techniques and like other like gymnastic techniques that you have to do. And I would say, has that helped you in any way, like I guess like physically or mentally or like because I can imagine like you go from not doing those things to then now you have to like train your body to do those things.
Yes. um just prepping like okay, you know you're gonna be doing some crazy stuff, you're gonna go wild, so like just stretching, like and just make sure like the next day if you're sore just take some pain relievers, take a bath like just to relieve the muscles. And it's just I surprised myself because it's crazy because a lot of people don't believe like I'm 31, so it's just like what, no, like yeah, it's just once you reach that age you're like okay, I have to make sure I take care of my body, I have to make sure you gotta stretch. You gotta stretch.
Yeah.
And then if you take care of your body will do, treat you well. So that's one thing I learned. Like, yeah, I gotta take care of myself if I'm gonna do this. This is not lightweight. This is nothing.
It's just like I would say with some of the other ones that I've saw, like Ariel and like even like Pole, like it's not for the faint of heart, like for
It's not. You're like, oh, it look easy. As soon as you do it, like, oh my back, oh
all my back, my neck.
my neck. I ain't felt that in like years. What is that? Like, what is this? And then, like I said, being conscious about your space as well, because I have a dog.
Mhm.
So he likes to get in the way. He's like, ooh, what is this? And I'm just like, okay, I got to be careful. There's other people living in the house, don't want to damage anything in my house as well, too. So, and then, so as you think about it, like the crowd, you don't want to hit them with it going crazy and stuff like that. You want to be like conscientious as well. So
That makes sense.
mhm. That
And speaking,
control.
yes, second. And for people that may or may not know, you're also, partnered with Glotaku Party, and you go to a lot of their events. And I wanted to ask, how did you come across Glotaku Party, and then how did you ended up, working with them and coming to their events and being able to perform with them?
Um, Well, my first time was like I said when for my 20th birthday. I just seen this flyer. I was like, oh, it's an anime party. I really want to go. So I dragged all my peoples to go out with me, and I dressed up as Sonic, and it was just a blast just seeing like-minded people just everywhere, and just listen to like video game music that I wouldn't never thought that would have been like produced like that or like DJ'd like that. Like, oh my gosh, like one minute we're playing Nuck If You Buck, and the Sonic theme song comes on, and you're just like, wait a minute. So it just took me to a whole different world, and just coming up and just supporting as much as I could, and just meeting new people. I met Usagi, I met Lolia, I met so many people, Maki from the Hidden Leaf Cafe, and Zebra, like just all of them, just being like around them and just being feeling safe and everything. So it's just like it made me want to just be around more like people like that. And they're like my fam. So like, oh my gosh. And then especially like Obi, he's great. And everything, just meeting him and just seeing how hard he works behind the scenes and everything. So it was just really nice. And then just getting the courage to say like, hey, I should apply for their content partnership. So I definitely did, and it's just this has been so great just experiencing all this and just encouraging people to come out and cosplay and just have a good time.
That's awesome. And I would say for people that may not know about Glotaku Party or what to expect, if you can give them like a rundown, like what you do as like a partner and what you guys have going on right now.
So as a partner, just learning, this is my first time ever doing anything like this. So just learning and then just getting knowledge from all the OGs that's been like doing this for a minute, and just trying to push myself to be more consistent. And you just learn so much, like, okay, what can we do to get more people to like be like more involved and everything like that. So like with that, I just discovered candy, so just passing out candy that way, and just trying to be more accessible to the people, to the masses, for like so they can feel safe to come join and just party with us.
That's awesome. And I would feel like what's been the greatest impact of being like part of that community? Is it just finding people that have the same interests as you? Is it like the connections? What has been the greatest impact for you?
All those, like literally all those, and just showing up and just being there, and just encouraging everybody, like, we just had one of our friends performed, Annie. She did an amazing job, and just uplifting everybody in the community, in our group, and just like just cheering everybody on. So, and then just the connection, I just met like so many new people just going to all these places, and just experiencing the creativity everybody else has to offer at those events.
That's awesome. And I saw that you have like you now you make like the candy chains. How long have you been doing that for?
I want to say I just picked it up last year. I'm not a pro or anything. um, just learning, and just getting more creative with it, and just passing out vibes. Like, so some of these are like I've gotten from the Glotaku raves and everything, and it's just so much fun. It's just another outlet for you to get creative, and then just passing on those vibes to other people. And
That's awesome. And like what materials do you use and how long does it take to make some of them?
so what requires to make some of them, you can get like the clear stretchy string, or like the real, like, I don't know how you could see, but like this type
Yeah.
of string. And pony beads, and then nail glue, or like super glue, so you don't want them to break, because I've had one break on me before, and
Mm.
it's kind of embarrassing because you're like, I worked so hard and it just broke on that person. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But it just depends on like singles. They don't take that long. Just need like a color basic pattern, and or if you can add words on them if you want. And then with the cuffs, they take a little bit longer. So
Mm.
it just depends if you have like a lot of time to do it, and it's just that pretty much, and just a lot of materials, because sometimes you can go run out on certain color beads, and you just have to figure out from there, like, still gotta make this look cute, but how are we gonna do this with so many beads left, or and everything like that.
I love that because I feel like it was a lost art for a bit. And I used to do it a little bit back in the day, but I used to use like wooden beads and I used to use like
Oh,
the like back in the day we had like those glass
yes.
like beads that have, like, They have like the letters in it and everything.
Yep. It's just, it's friendship bracelets, and then even once you realize there's like a whole culture behind it, because all I seen was like people do like the frogs and stuff growing up, making that stuff. But then once I really like noticed, like, oh, you could do so much more with these. Like, it's just not you just make this, but you can make so much. I've seen people on TikTok make purses, whole outfits, you name it. So it's just super cool. Hi guys.
That's awesome. And it's interesting that you said, like, especially like in the rave cultures, the significance with those bees. Like, what was the significance that you learned about it?
You can put like little messages on people. One of my favorite ones was leaving home from a rave, and someone gave me one. It said, be safe," and it really
Mm.
touched my heart because you can brighten up someone's day with those, with just little tiny messages, or like, hey, have you drank water? Hydrate on it and stuff like that. So you get so many, like, you can get trinkets and stuff that way if someone like vibes with you at the rave. Like, I recently just got like a no face mini 3D printout, and it
Oh,
just brought
that's
like so much joy in my heart because it was like, oh, I love No Face. I love all the Studio Ghibli movies. So like stuff like that. It brings so much joy. So much
that's
joy.
awesome. And one thing I love about like the taco party and just like some of the other like rave events that's been going on, because I know in the past I feel like raves get like a bad stigma, but it's not all bad. And I would say, what are some of the positives of rave culture for people that may not understand that there is positives for it? Because I've learned and I know that there are, but what are some of the positives for the culture?
Just the acceptance, like compared to like club culture and rave culture. Like club culture, you're just, you're used to people just standing around, just standing, just looking at each other, not really no movement. And it's just kind of, you don't feel like excited, or you don't feel like dancing, or you just feel like someone's looking at you weird. But like
Mm.
at the raves, like you get compliments from everybody on like your cosplays, or they're like, oh my God, they just give you that confidence boost. And you could be safe. Like, you could talk about how you like Jujutsu Kaisen, and someone else will have that same like experience with you with the Jujutsu Kaisen. It's just such a accepting culture, and you don't even know how to, if you don't know how to dance, just get out there and just move and just shake something, just dance. And no one's gonna judge you, and you're actually people, you'll hear people saying, hey, or woo, like just going crazy. And it's just it's such a good time. And you got people like with fans fanning you and stuff like that. Like, you don't see that at clubs. Like, you just don't. You really don't. And there's games there that you could play. Like, there's Blade, there's Smash Bros. So you can connect people with other than just anime, like with just games like Pokemon and all that stuff. And then
That's
just the music.
awesome.
And this the music alone, like, you can go to certain clubs and they'll just play the same stuff, but no, you'll just get a variety of everything from like rock, K-pop, video game music, like you name it, you'll just get a mix of it.
Mm. That's interesting. And I wanted to ask, like, were you into the rave culture before you even got to Kotaku? That's what I was interested to know.
Yes, especially like in my elder emo days, just listening to like a lot of like Skrillex, and just what's another one, Alice Wonderland, like stuff like that whole genre and stuff. Just listen to all that, like beats, and just like the cult, like the, even like with the emo stuff, the scene people, like the scene kids, like they were wearing these before all that. So like it was just like, oh, this is, if younger me, ooh, she would be happy. Like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, she would be excited. So, that's the whole. I just love it. This is so fun, so much fun.
That's awesome. And I definitely can understand what you're saying about, especially like if you're in that like you're into punk rock, you're into that, and how it wasn't really like accepted, especially like in our community. It was kind of
Yes.
just, it's like a hit or miss, I feel like. So how do you feel now that there's other people that are embracing that you're able to come across it? Like, is that healing for you in a way, considering how you grew up?
Yes, definitely. Because it was just like growing up, you never see anybody doing that. You had like a few content creators like back in YouTube and stuff like that that you could follow, but like now you have so much access, and just watching people like with their process on how they make certain stuff, especially with our people. Like we're so creative, and we just don't get enough like feedback or like enough props for that because it's hard for us. So we have to do it 10 times harder. So it just elevates me to like go hard like everybody else that's been doing it.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you have that safe space. And I would say, what makes Glotaku out of like maybe all of the rave experiences that you've had stand out to you that makes you keep coming back?
It's just like I said, just the vibes, the people I meet, the people that's always coming back because they've had so much time. It just getting to experience that and just making new memories with my Glow fam and everything like that, and just growing with them, and just meeting like so many people. Like my best friend, I love her to death. Met her like I want to say 2 years ago. So like you just experience so much, and you just love those memories, and you just got to keep coming back. You just got to.
That's awesome. And I wanted to ask, what were some of the lessons that you learned when it comes to performing, especially like if you're performing at a rave? Because I feel like performing at a rave compared to like performing outside, I feel like there's two different things. There's so many things that you have to take a factor into that.
Um, Definitely get your rest. Sleep is important. Stretching. And then also like with the whip, just make sure it's clean the day before. Make sure it's charged because I've had it go out on me a couple times,
Mm.
and I've watched it tangled. It's gotten tangled up a couple times, been stepped on, and it's just like okay, you know, just time to like change it because you can buy like certain fiber, like replace the fibers and stuff. So you definitely need to just make sure you treat that flow toy like it's your life depended on it, because if you just don't, it's just not going to act right or anything like that. um and then one thing I will say is another flow artist taught me this, like with the flow whip. It sounds weird, but you can
Yeah.
use like lube and stuff on it, so you want to make sure it's like oiled up and stuff so it won't get like dry out and
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I've learned, like with performing. Like I'll get stuck and then I'll get like conscious, like, oh God, no, but you just gotta keep going. You just gotta flow with it and just like try to alternate between those
Yeah.
certain moves. So like if I try to do like a neck wrap and it gets like stuck in like in my wig or something like that, I have to just like pretend, like make it go smooth, like, oh, no one saw that. No one
Yeah.
saw that.
No, yeah, I can definitely understand that from when I used to do dance, and the one time I got a muscle spasm in my arm right mid jump, and I had to pretend like it didn't happen, even though my arm was like, and then so
No.
I understand where you're coming from with that.
You're like, oh no, I hope they didn't see that.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's not like I could just because like if that happens, right, you can just like, and it's near the end,
Hmm.
you can just like do like whatever jump or whatever, and then just sleep. But no, like I have to do like two or three more jumps though. Like
No.
all I see is this, and then I leave, and then I leave. Like I did all the jumps and everything. I leave, and then everybody thinks I dislocated my arm. So then they're like, oh, they're like, yeah, you can't change. I'm like, no, nah, fam. I just, it just gotta
Dust
twist
it off.
back. So all they're just seeing is it twist back, and then it goes back in place, and they're like,
Like, oh, this is nothing. I'll be fine.
that, that's the first and last time I'll talk about those stories because there's more than one. But
I dare listen. Dancers have like listen. Y'all work hard. You know what I'm saying? The hours that y'all put in. Like I have a friend. His name's Art Messiah, and he breaks dance. So
yeah.
like I can only imagine. I have a friend. She breaks dances, so I can only imagine. Like I can only imagine. Oh my gosh.
I don't get them anymore, but that's just mostly if you're double jointed or certain muscle, or if you, I guess, yeah, if you're double jointed, sometimes it just extends more than it needs to, so you need to build up the strength for it not to happen again. So yeah, it's fine now, but
Good. Oh my goodness. Definitely.
and and I wanted to ask about congratulations on the event, on the panel or event that you're going to have at SakaiCon. I want to give you the chance to talk about that event and for people that may be interested, like where they can learn more information. And how did you get the opportunity to do that
Um,
event?
Thank you so much. I'm just so excited. Like me and my best friend were like, oh, we want to be more involved with the conventions. Like, what could we bring so everyone could feel like accepted and just show off their cosplay? So we came up with Strut and Style, and we were just like, okay, the next con that opens up for like panel applications, we were just like, okay, we're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna do it. So we did it. We applied, and we just waited a couple of months, I would say, till they got back to us, and they got back to with my friend, and she just like, oh my gosh, they accepted our panel. So we're just like, oh my gosh, because like at glotaku, we do like the cosplay exponent contest, the runways,
Yeah.
and it just showcases like what you can do, no matter if it's store bought or you made it or a combination of both, and you just get to go out there and just show your creativity the way that you wanted this character to come to life. And I've judged a couple of them, so it was
Yeah.
just like really fun, and it's given me that courage to actually do that. So it was just like it's really fun, and I just like seeing people just so happy to show off what they got and just rock the runway, and just feeling the crowd's energy, just cheering them on and everything like that. So that's what inspired Strut and Style. So I just wanted to give other people at cons to do that as well. Because like sometimes you might not be ready to do like the big competitions, because it takes money, time for those things. And so like not everyone has the accessibilities or the access to that to do that. So it was just like I wanted to give that opportunity to everybody else because I've done it at Go Taco. I won as a little Pikmin, and that was the first time I ever won. So I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool! Yay! So I just want everyone to feel that same feeling.
That's awesome. And yeah, anybody that's going to SakaiCon, make sure to check it out. And what date is it gonna be again?
April 13th, in New York, Ohio. And they're gonna be like Monday through Sunday. I mean Friday through Sunday if you want to just check out anything else. I have a friend that's tabling there, so definitely check him out. It's Art Messiah. So definitely try to sign up, you guys. Walk-ins are welcome. So like if you can't fill out the application, if you're just there, just sign up. We'll be around the con asking people to sign up and stuff. So I'm super excited and just ready to see everyone's cosplays.
That's awesome. And one question that I ask everybody on the show is about like supporting the blurred community. And the question that I ask is, what do we do well to support each other so far in the community, and what can we do better to support each other? Because I feel like everybody has a different experience and they give different input to the question.
Um, I would say definitely it's given other blurs to come out and show like their love for Japanese culture, video games, and everything like that. Like just being able to build those spaces because like back in the day, it would be weird. Like it was hard to find other colored cosplayers and everything like that. So just being able to do that, and then just not the I would say just don't be so egotistical.
Yeah, it goes.
With like like with like, oh, I'm the best cosplayer, or ew, your stuff is store bought, like that it's we're moving backwards when you do that and everything like that, or just like clicking up and everything like that. Just give everybody a chance, to thrive in it, and just don't be so negative towards each other, and just instead just help share ideas, give each other encouragement. So that's one thing I've experienced during my whole con journey and everything like that, and just cosplaying. Just be more open hearted and just support each other.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because no, yeah, I get what you're saying. Because for some people, it's like they feel like they're the expert, but they don't want to give any advice because they're like, if I guess for some people, they're like, oh, if you want to be the best, you would learn it, and then you would have your own, I guess like style. But the thing is, it's like everybody comes from different parts before they decide to, I don't know, make a business or make a brand. Not everybody has the same like resources and tools or family that may be in the business, or they didn't go to school for it, or they're in
Yeah.
a whole different career field and they're kind of just winging it, and there's nothing wrong with it. You can read books and everything like that, but sometimes having the resources from somebody else just helps.
Yeah, and it's just don't be a gatekeeper. Just don't be a gatekeeper. Like we have enough of those on the other side, so it's just like don't gatekeep our own people into, not doing it or just being comfortable or coming out and, celebrating their nerdness and stuff like that. And like you said, like people do it for other reasons, This is like, no, just show up and have fun. Like, and meet new people, meet new ways how to do certain cosplays and just get inspired and just showing up for yourself at least, not for other people. As long as it makes you happy, that's all that matters.
That's true. That's very true. And I wanted to ask, what are some of the goals that you have for yourself and everything that you've been doing?
Um just getting more involved with the convention and just having a space for the blurs to come and celebrate their nerdness. I went to DreamCon last year and I went to this panel and I actually like participated
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh my gosh, it was just so nice just to be around our people and just experience like with the music. Like we had to pretty much match music to certain anime, so that was really fun because we all have the same taste of like music and stuff. Like it was really fun. So I just want to bring that more into the conventions as well. And it was just so much fun, so much joy, and
That's
just watching
awesome.
people to participate.
That's true. And I would say, because a lot of us have jobs while we're doing what we're doing and or other side things that we're doing. And sometimes it can be a lot of things that you're doing at once. So I asked about, have you ever experienced burnout or let's say imposter syndrome? And what are some of the things to ground you back to be like, okay, this may be overwhelming me now, but I have tools to get me back to wanting to create or wanting to do the things that I'm doing right now.
Yes, I've experienced burnout. My job's very demanding, so some days I'll just be like, I don't want to do nothing. I'm just gonna lay here, or just play the game for a couple days, just get away from my phone, or just binge watch a lot of shows. But then, like I said, you just have those people in your corner. Like my husband, for once, he definitely encouraged me to like, go out there and make something. Just make something. Make a bracelet or something. You just can't sit here and not just, huh. And then same thing with my best friend. She definitely encouraged me, and definitely the Glow fam. You know, because we all go through stuff during life and and it knocks you down and stuff, but as long as you can find the strength and you have those people that tell you, don't give up and just keep going, everything will be okay. I always tell people, give yourself patience and grace anytime they're going through like a hard time, because it's not okay for you to beat yourself up when the world's already beating you up. So it's just like, give yourself some chance. It's okay. It's not going to be, this is just temporary how you're feeling now, and just give yourself a chance to like figure it out, and just one step at a time, and just breathe and just find things that ground you
Yeah.
from like just crashing out or whatever. So that's one thing that I've gone through, and just learning how to navigate through those emotions, and just leaning on those people that I know I can rely on and stuff to help me get through it.
That's awesome. And I definitely can, especially like recently, I can understand like having community is very important, especially when you're trying to figure out how to do things. And I would say for you, you definitely gain a great community. Some of the people that you're friends with, I love them as well. Shout out to Usagi, shout out to Zebra, shout out to Maki, shout out to Senpop, shout out to JG Collects. Like everybody in that group in that area, you guys are very close with each other. And I would say like what are some like moments that you probably had within that community or just like memories where you're just like, oh, okay, this is why I'm here. This encouraged me to keep going.
My first time meeting Gigi Collects was funny because that was like my first con ever, like my second to first con going. I went to Mitsuri Con, and he just came up out of nowhere and just started interviewing me, and I was just like so nervous, but he made me really comfortable with the questions he asked, and just seeing his growth,
Yeah.
um from him content creating and everything. And then like Usagi, like love her to death. Like I remember when I first met her, and she loves Sailor Moon, and when I first seen her Sailor Moon cosplay, it's just like, oh my gosh, like this is so beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, just being amazed by her. And then just her.
Oh, your audio cut out. Yeah, I can hear you now. I just want to make sure.
It's like someone was calling me, go away. um just experience like and meeting Zebra and then Maki as well, like just watching her and Keith's like whole like vision come to life and everything, just seeing her love for Naruto and the message that it, sends, and her just wanting to keep the community like healthy and stuff like that. It just keeps you going because it's like if they could do it, I could do it, and just getting their support is just it's just I just feel the love and everything like that. And so it's just watching them be consistent and just wanting to go harder, just to seeing just watching them just grow. It's just so amazing.
That's awesome. And I wanted to ask just like some of the pictures and like in your content and even like some of your edits, they're really nice. Like do you take your own pictures? Do you have help when it comes to those pictures? Like how has the process been making the content? 'Cause that's the one thing that people don't know. That's not even easy in itself, making the content to post.
No. So it's like half and half. I'll take some of my pictures on my own, do like the setup and stuff, and then sometimes I have my husband take some of the pictures, and then my best friend, and then just trying to, I don't know, just get into like exploring what can I do with this picture, or how can I make it like shift, move, just how to make it just pop out at you. And so like with the creative process, there's a lot of pictures, I will say, like just to determine like which one, because like you might not have
Yeah.
the lighting right here, or the picture might be blurry, or it's just too dark or something like that. It takes a process so you to actually sit down and have that critical, not critical thinking, but like critical and like creative thought process, like elimination, like process of elimination. Like, okay, we have too many. We have 500. We gotta narrow this down to three. So it definitely takes time, and just building, just like world building around that character. That's one thing, and then just like experience of burnout and going through that. Like I said, just get up and do something. So like just going through like old pictures and editing, and just to help me get back into that mode of consistency and just growing as an artist and learning what works and what doesn't work. So.
That's awesome. She made me.
I did.
I mean, sometimes you guys are the best photographers.
Yes. you know, just he's just there. I just need you right here. I need you to make this happen for me. So
And I mean, sometimes they have the better camera or more space. That's my husband. He has the better camera. Sometimes the more space, like he has like probably twice the amount of space I have. So
yes. And he's taller than me. I'm like 5 feet and he's like 6 foot. So it just helps with like my arms are so little, so there's so much I could do. And I can't see, so I need your height and your eyes. You're not blind. I'm blind. I have to wear contacts. So
definitely understand.
oh my gosh, it's just so much fun. Like I've seen your pictures from the last con that you went to, and like your granny, like from Dan to Dan. I was like, oh, she ate. I love it. Like I love it. Just love it. And then like the pictures were like mad crazy. I love it. Every bit of
Thank you.
it.
I got help for those, thankfully. I had did a shoot with one of the people on the platform on Cycle Image Film, so um he has like his group, like his people that are always in his videos, so I didn't get to take pictures that day before I came, so because it's just the lighting, and then plus I wasn't by myself, so I didn't want to really like, because I was with my mom, I didn't really want to waste time because like I'm trying to get used to like her getting out at a certain time and everything, so I said, oh, can you just take a picture, and she just like she just ate, and then she just took all the angles, so it really helped.
Go mom, go mom. Like I'm telling you, like moms are important. So definitely, that's so good that she was able to take those for you because they came out really nice, like really really nice. And your cosplay was just so amazing. Like
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
I appreciate that. I still get flustered. I gotta take my own advice, but no. Anyway, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's hard. That's one thing. Like you'll work on something and you're just so not used to like people stopping like, hey, can I get a picture with you? Or you're just like, oh, you're just shy and everything like that. So I totally get it. I totally get it.
I could say it's a mixture. I guess people call it humble. Sometimes I'm the one always like hyping up other people. Like I guess it's
Yes.
obvious. I guess it's obvious. So sometimes like, don't mind my awkwardness.
Like I'm just here. Don't mind me. I'm not here.
But I wanted to ask, how has this journey in content creation helped you as a person? It could be mentally, spiritually, physically, whichever one like relates to you in terms of how it's helped you so far.
Just getting the courage to like just show my art and just not being afraid of what people think and just, learning from what works and what doesn't work. Like, okay, you could post something and it might not get the same reaction from the last time you posted something. And so that could like discourage you, like, oh, no one likes it or anything. But like, it shouldn't like discourage you. It should make you want to do more and like, not say step up your game, but like just learn different ways that will like bring more people towards your art and stuff. And then just having fun with it, because if you do that and just focus on numbers and stuff like that, it gives you anxiety, and if you feel like you have to pressure yourself to compare yourself to other people, and it takes the fun out of that, and then you lose yourself like doing that because you're just trying to come keep up with certain people. Like, you might not have the same resources as those people, and so you just have to find ways that work with you. So just like just have fun with it, and just learn what works for you and what makes you happy, and just don't stress you out and make you want to experience burnout or just give up. So it's like one thing I would say.
That makes sense. And again, I just want to thank you so much for coming on. Hopefully, you had a good time.
Yes, I did. I felt really safe, felt really comfortable. You're such a joy, so nice.
Thank you.
And just giving me the courage to like just be yourself and just, relax and just be you. So I appreciate you for giving me that opportunity just to show up and just, talk with you, and just learning how to navigate through all this.
Yeah. You're fine. I mean, that's the whole goal. Is just it's you guys. This is for you guys. So that it's all about you for the whole hour. So I do appreciate you having you on and learning more, and for my audience to learn more about you. So I just wanted to give you this time to talk to let people know where you want them to follow you, any events coming up, any information that you want to give, and where you want people to click and check out what you're doing next.
So definitely next month. Well, I'm Hot Mess. You can find me on Hot S Mess on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And then next month, Strut and Style. If you guys are going to SakaiCon, definitely sign up, or definitely find us somewhere. We'll definitely let you guys know where we are at the con if you want to sign up. Um, and then with glotaku, we're having an event this weekend with Isakaya. It's gonna be like idol VR idol type of thing. So like your Hatsune Miku's, your Yamis, your Yutas, like anybody that you listen to, uh like with that type of music, with the virtual and with the Vocaloids, definitely show up. It's going to be at Fairfield. And to find Glotaku, it's either you can go to my bio and click on their name, and that's how you'll find it, and or you can look them up on Facebook or Google them. And then lastly, I'm going to ColossalCon, so that's pretty much it. That's kind of what's coming up. And then for ColossalCon, Taku is having like a One Piece cruise. So if you love One Piece, like definitely show up if you're going to ColossalCon. It's definitely going to be lit. So that, that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. And thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. And before we go, I guess some updates, because that's what I usually do at the end. For those that may not know what I do, I'm Lizzie, part of Animeinkart, the brand that we have. And this is, sometimes I'll
Oh,
wear my merch.
wow.
Sometimes I'll have it in the background. That's the whole point, is kind of just like showing what's there, what's to come, what's part of it. And supporting other creators in the community, especially Blurred creators, is part of my business mission statement. So it's part my brand, and then part supporting the community. That's where the show came about. for those that may not know. So we're trying to rebrand the art brand. I'm getting back into that, getting more merch for you guys. We do offer art commissions. We do vend when we can. So it's been in the tri-state because I'm centered in New Jersey, but we're trying to go past that. For those that saw, we had a rebrand. We're having a rebrand. The first part of the rebrand is the logo. So the logo that's up there, that's a new logo. So you can definitely check out the post because that's definitely a new logo right there. And we'll be working on the website, working on new things. And for those that know about BlurCon, and some of the cosplays that I do, we'll probably do more cosplay collabs when we get a chance. And also Psycho Image Films. I have my project with Granny Seikoka, so you'll see more content. It's probably going to come out sometime this week, so be on the lookout for that. I'm screaming internally. And anybody that's seen me share the video, the broadcast channel gets everything first, so definitely join the broadcast channel to get all the updates, from the show, from new things that are happening and everything like that. And everything like that.
They're flaming me in the comments right now. I'm like, huh?
And yeah, pretty much anything else that you want to know about, Animeinkart and what we're doing, just follow us, just check the link tree in bio, and yeah, look forward to all the rebranding that we're doing. It's going to be exciting. So thank you guys so much, and we'll have our next show on Sunday, and we're still working on other shows. So once you're in the broadcast channel, you'll know what date who gets added next and everything like that. So thank you guys so much, and have a good night, guys.